In this video, I want to talk about another type of subject complement. So this is really the second video of two. The first one just basically explained what a subject complement is, and you should see that before you see this one. This one builds on that, and this one carries on the idea that for our purposes in examining a sentence, to look at what makes a sentence, the sentence mechanics, and how to combine them. It's going to be sufficient if we do what I'm going to show you here. Now, some people would disagree with this and say we need different terms or names for these elements, but it confuses the picture a little bit. It makes it more complicated than I think it needs to be for the skills we're trying to learn. The basic skills are simply to bring us to the point where we can, with ease and confidence, develop larger sentence combinations. Alright, so let's take a look at what I have here. To remind us, we have the subject-verb, subject-complement pattern, and that is subject equals subject-complement. The idea that is that whatever is over here is going to complete the identity of the subject in some way, add to it. And you can pretty much draw an equal sign. Now the thing is, it's often that you'll see a noun over here, okay? Like this. The gift is chocolate. Is the verb. Who or what is the gift, so there's your subject. The gift is who or what. The answer is chocolate. But before you label, it as a subject complement, ask yourself, does it really mean that they're equal? The gift equals chocolate? Yes. So this then is a subject complement. See? But what about this? See, we don't think in terms of this. We can see as a thing. See, so we have a thing equals a thing. I don't necessarily want you to think in those terms though, because take a look at these two I have here. The man is lonely. I felt tired. You seem afraid. Is this your verb? Who or what is the man? Subject. The man is who or what? Lonely. Okay. Now, does lonely equal the man? In other words, is the man being equated to a lonely man? See, that's what's really happening here. And the answer is yes. So this is shorthand for that, a lonely man. In this case, we should take this and call it a subject complement. And what I'm saying here is, even though it ends in ly, this is not an adverb, for those of you that recognize it as an adverb, here in this sentence. Because it's functioning as a subject complement to man. This is saying the man is a lonely man. So we've left out some things just because as English speakers, as a native speaker to any language, you will with great ease leave out the things you think can be left out. But this is not saying the man exists in a lonely sort of way. Or he does his action of existing in a lonely manner. No, he exists in other ways too. This is a temporary thing. Alright, now let's go down over here. So what I'm saying is this is not an adverb. In this case, in this context, this word is a subject complement to man, to the subject. I felt tired. I felt tired. So felt is your verb. Who or what felt? I felt who or what? Tired. Now, before we can label it as a subject complement, can we ask ourselves, is there sort of like an equal sign going on here? I equal a tired person? Yes, that's what this is saying. So this is a subject complement. Now, let's see, you seem afraid. Now, notice that here we have is and is. Here we have felt and seem. But if you know that they're kind of acting like equal signs, they're equating two things. You're saying this is an attribute of this, or this is an attribute of that. This belongs to the identity for this in this wording. Then we have equal signs happening here. These are the type of verbs that will be between a subject and a subject complement. They're called linking verbs. So we don't necessarily have to always remember that terminology, okay? We can just think of them as verb, who or what seem, you, subject, you seem afraid. Am I saying you, an afraid person, right now? Yes. So this is a subject complement. I do want to point out that in different contexts, with different word groups, in a different situation, in a different sentence with different words around it, this might be an adverb, this might be a verb, or a past participle. We'll learn about that later. This might be an adjective. But here, we can call them sentence complements. Now later on, I'm going to make the point that a sentence complement is a noun. So that means that in this case, this is a noun, this is a noun, this is a noun. It may seem weird. But once we understand grammar via how words function, as opposed to lists we may have learned otherwise, we should become comfortable with, for this moment, calling these nouns because they help us see the mechanics of these sentences and the way their essential parts are put together, their elements are put together.